and it's lights out and away we go here in Formula Sundays. Through the final chicane and the AlphaTauri hits the wall of champions. Hello everybody and welcome back to Formula Sundays. It's the Challenger tier indeed. We're qualifying right now. First few cars are going on Suzuka, and with me in the casting booth is the Herb.
Formula Sundays.
Clap, clap, clap.
Formula, yeah, it's nice. It's nice. I'm here for Challenger and Challenger only, but very pleased to be here for a more full and appetising grid than the one we spectated in the league's second division last week. We're in Suzuka, and unfortunately I didn't do my pre-game track research, so you're going to have to tell me a little bit about what's going on here. Perhaps most notably why there's a bit overlapping.
Yeah, I think this is the only Figure 8 track that we have, and I'm not sure if it's the only one we've ever had, but there is a little bridge. And honestly...
Okay, so it's not a full-on, when we're not talking Wreckfest here.
No, it's not like a crossing. Honestly, I was about to say they should do that, but they should probably not.
No, they definitely shouldn't.
Yeah, but on board with Ocean right now, you see him going up here a little bit, and then there is like a little bridge just around here that you don't even see. So it's more of a tunnel maybe on the other side. Phrase it like that. Suzuka is a little bit of a classic already, I think. Fan in the past has had altering Grand Prix at times, with Fuji being a race as well. But Suzuka has been around for quite a while as well. A very technical track, probably one of the most difficult ones to drive quickly.
Yeah, am I only seeing one DRS zone?
Yeah, that's a little bit of a pain of Suzuka. You can't really overtake super well. There's like
so
turn 1.
Where's the racing?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I can't lie, Suzuka streams in the past have been pretty despair at times.
Okay.
Admittedly though, when I was like, I think the worst was like a 7 people grid and solo cast. And there was just like nothing happening this time around. With 15
well,
people...
rejoice. You have me, and
yeah.
we will undoubtedly talk about Cars, the movie.
Hell yeah. How about we change our attention to the Minion movies? I feel like there's a rebrand for me coming up.
Yeah, because of your Gru Marto moment. I see. You know, I haven't seen the most recent Minions movie.
Oh, I haven't.
You haven't?
Yeah.
You've rebranded and you haven't even seen them all?
Honestly, I have only seen the first... Nah, maybe I've seen the second one as well. I don't know, man. Never ask the Minion who they served from 33 to 45.
Yeah, no. That's probably a story not necessarily worth making into a film.
Dude, like, someone posted or tweeted this at the Pixar guys. And they and asked them to confirm or deny whether that's true, and like probably brain fart moment just answered, the Minions only serve villains.
Well, I mean, it's true, I guess, but does Gru count as a villain?
Honestly, true, right? Like, he's not a villain at all.
Like in the new films, he's absolutely not a villain.
Yeah,
he's a hero.
Definitely, and even in the old ones, like, he wants to steal the moon, but like, for what? He's not like having any big plan to like maybe, I don't know, manipulate the tides or something. Drown England.
Have you ever seen the Have you
what?
ever seen the Saturday Night Live sketch with the Evil Convention?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, it's got The Rock in it. It's very funny.
Got The Rock in it.
Yeah, the Rock's in it.
Going the walk.
Dwayne the Rock. So anyway, we're a few minutes in. Randro is setting the pace for the time being. Am I correct in seeing that Nitro has set one of the top times for Suzuka inexplicably in time trial?
I have no idea. I haven't looked at time trials at all. But he's only 5/10 off, so can't be too bad. Yeah, I mean, Ferraris are interesting tonight, right? Like, we have West here, the newcomer. And of course Yeast demoting for pretty much, I think, the first time ever. And we have a driver moving from Lee to Chally.
That's why he's the GOAT, question mark?
Oh, okay.
I mean, Fabian is demoted as well.
I see. Oh yeah, true,
Technically.
actually. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, Fabian was really, I don't know. Of course, we didn't see as much suffering from him as from Fabian. But yeah, apparently there is a bug where you can just not drive the last chicane.
I think Yeast
why
only
Nitro's
suffers
last.
on the inside.
Hmm?
Yeast only suffers on the inside.
Nah, he's rising. Go is rising.
Do we have any predictions from you? I of course shun predictions these days, but surely the Marto has some car knowledge.
Yeah, I think like my astrologist has told me that Yeast is not gonna see the light of day. Or rather, the light of podium. Now, you said earlier that you think he's not gonna survive. I do think he's gonna survive, but I don't think he's gonna be on the podium.
That's going to go down as blasphemy in my book, I'm afraid.
I'd say it's
You have
Nitro,
blasphemed.
Glenn, and Randro. I'll take for now. I feel like there's some freak accident involving Randro and Yeast, and then they just recover up to P3 and 4 or so.
Okay, we shall see. We are almost halfway through the Crawley session, and so far the podium, or the front three on the grid, doesn't look too surprising to me. We're yet to see a time set by Steeled Sneeze, was that the new sign-up you mentioned?
That is one of the reserves, and he did have decent times. He could be well in the upper half of the point.
Okay.
So let's see what he can cook. Too close to the side turn. Lost him a little bit. Had to back out again. E4 for now. Who else do we have? Jay is on his in-lap. His teammate is most likely sleeping.
Based.
Based? I don't know. Find it more
Okay,
based
maybe not
if he
based.
shows up for Formula Sundays, man.
Okay, you make a valid point.
Entirely unbased. Yeast. Let's just look at him a little bit here. First only driver, I think. Guy's looking rather greyish. Japan is known for having some rain every now and then. Primarily because Formula 1 used to go there always in monsoon season, so it was really just a coin flip whether the race could be happening or not.
Okay.
Yeah, some background info. Yeah. Turn 1 is also very famous for having a lot of crashes, because it's also the only overtaking opportunity, really. And with overtaking opportunity, I mean only opportunity to dive on someone's inside and hope they don't steer. I think you can overtake in Spoon if you're like mega fast, is where Yeast is at right now, because the corners just got Spoon.
I don't know where. Oh right, what the bendy one in sector 2.
The 180, yeah, to the long straight. And then honestly, like the next one where Yeast is coming up to is called 130R. I am not sure why. With like a 130 degree radius or whatever. I don't know. Actually, yeah, someone Google that, please. You elite guys chatting in VC. Surely one of you can employ the Google type into that. Nitro. And he's faster. Is he gaining another 3/10 through the last chicane? I think not. Also, a big crash happened here. Championship deciding crash game between two McLarens in the 80s. It's been a while ago. Back when McLaren was good.
They've had their moments. I
They
remember
sure
when
have.
I watched Formula One, they were sort of, I think they were the third best team on the grid.
I mean, yeah, I guess like I saw at least one McLaren championship. Because I can vividly remember Hamilton snatching away Massa's title in the last turn.
Oh, was that his first one?
Yeah, just in a McLaren.
When he was but a young boy.
He was. He'll sneeze left the set. Let's get him back then.
Still no lap time from Flavio.
I think he's quali banned.
Oh, is this a qualiband driver? I see.
So it better be no lap time from him.
Yeah. I thought he was he not here last week? I thought I remembered it being discussed last week.
Yeah. But of course, like the quali ban should logically apply to the next race you're racing, right? Because otherwise, like what it do?
At least Martin made it.
Yeah. It was even
He knows what's up.
it was Glenn last week. Okay, yeah, we have a couple of naughty quali blockers here. Okay, Martin is out of pace. Who's even driving? I think Solar could be on a hot lap here.
Yeah, he could do with an improvement to his time. He's currently 1.2 seconds down on Mr. Genio in 13th, and it doesn't look like he's improving on this time.
I was about to say, like, his first sector just sounded slow. But
It sounded slow.
Yeah,
You can have to
yeah.
explain that one to me.
like as if he's not going full throttle at all times.
No, right.
And which is ultimately what you do anyways, right?
I thought you were about to reveal to me that you were the car whisperer.
Yeah, yeah. I am the Lorax.
You
I
sensed
speak
the
to
vibrations
cars.
in the.
Oh, hey, look. Honestly, we're not entirely sure if we're doing another F123 season. From what I've heard from the beta tester of 24, the game is mega ass. I mean, I'm gonna get it regardless, I guess.
Isn't this the case with every game when it comes out?
No. I mean, this is just like the FIFA of car racing, right? Like, it's just the same old game released every single year. They are sitting on a, like, 20-year-old engine because they are too lazy to recode their game into a new and better running... let's not get into that. No, but apparently the cars feel, like, horrible. But yeah, we're kind of waiting on 24 before we decide. Yeah. I mean, I think like it's unlikely that we won't do 24. Crazy like that. We might run like if we only get one tier in F1 24. We might run that at like F1 simultaneously. I think 24 most likely. 3 minutes to go.
Yeah, still nobody. There's been no movement in the top 3, unless I'm mistaken.
Let's see.
I mean, there was movement, just not right now.
Yeah, Ocean also just invalidated. Now a DJ into his presumably last attempt here. I mean, these S's very treacherous later on. As said, like this one of the harder tracks to drive. Can spin out everywhere. And yeah, overtakes you can dive into this hairpin here that DJ is currently in. You would take it like he does here in race. There was 100% someone up the inside. If you get a good exit off such hairpin. In here is a remote possibility if you can pull side by side in the curved straight, I guess. I don't think anyone has been bold enough to try and go side by side through the upcoming left-hander, but into this chicane otherwise is also an opportunity. But it's like all if you have to, like you have to be so close to the car in front. It's so hard to make the overtake stick, DJ. Can't make this a lap count here. And can't go in again either. It's gonna be a botched attempt in the end.
So, is anyone on the hot lap at the moment? DJ?
There's a bunch of cars coming up. There's like 5 just about to start.
DJ is up, down, up. I always forget. His time is currently better.
That'll be tough. Wes here. 1.5 tenths up. Could get him as high as... Okay, never mind. Doesn't get him into the wall is all that it gets him. Let's see, can Martin cook? Martin does not need much for another position here. 1/2 tenth is already enough for 4th, and Yeast is not mega far away neither.
DJ does not improve on his time in the end.
Yes.
Ooh, Martin is up by 4 tenths.
Ooh, he's cooking.
This could well be a spot on the front row.
Yeah. That looked decent enough. Tied to the wall now.
Oh, this is very good.
Ooh.
Oh, nearly catches Randro for pole.
I think Randro's
Randro
gonna
himself
uncatch
is coming up though.
Oh, Yeast with a big improvement there, just at the cutoff
Oh.
as well. And
Nitro improved as well, a dead heat with Martin.
Yeah.
Or is it? No.
No, it's 100s
It's got
ahead.
one, yeah.
And Steel Sneeze also with an improvement, being pushed away by Glensilk though. Oh man, these last few quali runs really cooked. Let's see, Genier is probably the only one who is still on an actual hot lap. You need to go closer to the wall, mate. He did improve by 1/2 second or so anyway. Yeah, 3 positions up for Genier there on the last attempt. And oh boy, honestly this was like a pretty eventless qualifying for most of it. And then the last minute just times were tumbling in. And ultimately, I guess Randro, Yeast, Glenn were probably about to be the expected top 3. I think Nitro there in 4th for him as well. Martin the first of McLaren, Steel Sneeze coming in for Alfa Romeo. And then DJ, Daddy, and Wes beating. Gonna be interesting.
It will hopefully be a promising battle for the win in this race. I think there's plenty of potential at the top end of the grid for people to charge down Randro.
And there's also a couple of guys that I feel like have criminally qualified and should be making. Of course, Flavio with the quali ban has to go all the way through the field. The Ocean is only in P11 or so as well, or 10. And Sean has been up in 5s. A lot of potential. Further down.
Wow.
It's,
Now we play the waiting game.
yeah, and then
What did you have for breakfast this morning?
did
That's true, I do ask you
really
things.
tell you what it sort of baked oats
Food,
with like
presumably?
banana, a little bit of chocolate. Then I
Baked oats with banana and chocolate.
butter. You mix
What?
up some bananas, oats, oven, and like a little bit of a cake, below calories.
I mean, that sounds nice.
Oh, it is. Yes. Yeah, Jimsky's saying Hans bro is cooked. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Like all of the grid is on softs. Glenn is just gonna fall off. Like even the game says soft medium is the strat, and if the game says soft medium is the strat, then I don't know, man. Hard shouldn't even be allowed.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Is he planning to... You can't do a no-stop, though,
Oh, no,
can you? You
you're
have
not
to stop.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he's planning, honestly.
Is he praying for a safety car? I don't even know how a safety car would benefit him.
Yeah, exactly, right? Like, starting on the harder compound is sort of a risk that you take to, like, potentially get the payoff later in the race. But it's, like, already nullified if there's an early safety car. And, like, going hards makes this even worse. Everybody's just driving normally and he's just weaving to eternity to get some temperature into his tires. It's gonna be a very tough one for him here. I think he's gonna get jumped on the start already by Nitro and Martin. Only way this works is if he goes super long with no safety car, and safety car comes out in lap 12 to 4. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. He's probably gonna be thinking to himself, oh well, might not have done the smartest choice here.
Maybe it was accidental. I know it can pick the wrong tyres for you sometimes, can't it?
I mean, yeah.
But...
Not really.
Okay.
Like, it's a bit of a skill issue, you're not... But you're... Oh, well, load time issue, I guess. But yeah.
It's gonna be race start time.
Senor. Lights are going on. Randro already pointing towards the inside here for the defense. Let's see who gets the best start. Randro, I think, gets away decently. And I think Nitro has had a decent one as well, but the first turn comes so early. Glenn can keep all of his positions. Lost the car there a little bit, rear-ended the car in front, and, well, there we have it. Martin and Nitro already through. Steel Sneeze sliding through there as well. And Glenn there, that little contact cost him 3 positions. Further back we have a spin, or rather contact I think, between Solar and Monsieur Genier. And everything else went rather smoothly, I guess.
You know, I feel like it's been at least 5 casts since I saw a race start where there was some good old-fashioned murder going on, you know? People are actually quite good at race starts these days, it seems.
They are better for sure, yeah. But I can remember like a race started Russia where there were just like wrecks everywhere, and then the safety car came out and drove through all the cars and just bowled them away. Oh, good days.
Well, anyway, it is a good start for Randro. In fact, did any of the positions change in the top 5?
Apart from Glenn, no. Glenn was
Oh, yeah,
starting
Glenn
third.
fell off.
He lost it. He did fell off. Andrew fast up. Crazy scenes up here, and Yeast up the inside. This is what you want to do. But Randro just has too much speed there, going for the wider line. Too much speed also on Monsieur Genier, as he speeds in the pits.
Yeast is very tight to the tail of Randro here.
Yep. I mean, he does have the pace after all, I guess. At least on paper, to be elite tier, so expected to be on the very top end of this challenger tier. Curious to see how well Martin Nitro can keep up with these top 2.
I did say 5 minutes before Yeast dies though, which would place it somewhere in lap 4. Beginning of lap 4.
Well. Already know it. The first lap with DRS. And he's gonna send a move up the inside. Him and Randro are not gonna survive it.
He's going to send a move up to heaven, more like. Virtual safety car. Mr. Genier came out of the pits and did what exactly?
I think he spun, then DNF'd.
Damn. Self-burn, those are rare.
Well. Spontaneously combusted. Yeah, I don't know. Pain. I guess VSC is nice because it doesn't really hurt or help anybody. And we don't have DRS yet anyway, so we're not missing much of Hail Mary from Yeast.
There'll be no spontaneous busting of a move from Yeast.
Well, there will be one spontaneous driving through from Sean. The next 3 laps.
Why did people pit under the virtual safety car? That's just losing them time, isn't it?
No. Under VSC it's winning, because everybody has to drive a set lap time. And that is slower than the normal lap time. So like while
but VSC is already gone.
Yeah, I know. They done goofed. But yeah.
Oh, so the principle of a good pit stop was there, but these guys didn't execute it, is what you're saying.
They were just a little bit too late. I mean, you can't really know when the VSC ends, right? You just gotta hope that it stays out until you come through. I think like under full VSC you save like 4 or 5 seconds. And under like the safety car you'll save about 9 or 10. So like, yeah, it's a bit better to under VSC than the race conditions. So, first DRS. Let's see. My countdown for Yeast death is saying approximately 5 seconds. But he liveth. And another speeding in the pit lane. Oh lord, Sean, while serving his drive-through, has gotten himself a speeding in the pit lane penalty.
Done.
He just can't stop speeding.
He's too fast for his own good, it seems.
Just seems that way. So according for Jimsky, following here is easier than leading. Honestly, for me personally, following is always easier than leading. Leading is just anxiety-inducing as hell. And I'm sure at least, oh man, who was it? Oh, Cherry could confirm that. Don't want to be following the Mato. But
I
yeah,
think leading is not too bad because you kind of set the pace for the guy behind you.
yeah, but what if the pace is lower than the guy?
Well, then the guy behind you goes past.
Yeah, Seagull saying
But if
Slipstream is
good
crazy on this track.
Oh, very bunched now. In fact, was that a bit of contact on the rear of Randro there from Martin? Maybe just a little tap.
Love tap for sure. Did look that way.
It's really close now. The top 6 are pretty much in a line as Glenn is looking for a move on Nitro.
And he executes it nice and easy. Yeah, the initial advantage of the softs probably slowly fading away at this point. I think Steel Sneeze might be the best. Oh, there is a spin and there is a safety car. And at this point, it's over for Glenn. Everybody is just gonna take a nice little pit, maybe to mediums, maybe hards. I mean, I guess he, like, it's fun.
So it's not really Joba for him.
Nah, he just lost 2 positions off his scratch at this point, I guess.
Could have gone a lot worse if you ask me.
Yeah, true.
Maybe he is the biggest winner here. It is a bit early for the soft guys to be pitting, I think, but I guess needs must when the safety car comes out.
I don't know, I think you can probably even make it on mediums from here. They should last you about 60% of the race distance. About to be coming up. Right? Yeah, not quite, but we will have
no.
like 2 safety cars.
So yeah, it's not far off 60% of the race left. I mean, good tire management is certainly doable.
And Glenn stays out. So he's taking the Gamba.
I'm watching Randro heading into the pit lane, and he is going for mediums.
Yeah. He'll sneeze for hearts as he was on the mediums.
Martin on mediums, as is Yeast and Nitro and DJ.
Astral. And
So I really don't know what Glenn's plan is now.
hoping for another safety.
Why you no pit?
Yeah, it's a risk, I guess, but now he has like track position. If another safety car comes, it's gonna be good. Otherwise, it's gonna be
Sometimes maybe good.
on getting hard. And Sean also like served his 5-second penalty here again, so we're gonna be looking at a blank beat here. No penalties on anyone of now.
Well, that's nice. I'm gonna check the warnings list though.
Well, go sniff some. Search for the bad guys here. I'm not sure actually how well you can cut here. I think the main warnings are gonna be coming through. Oh god, how's the one called that has is it Degna? I think it's Degna. One after or when Sector 2 just starts. There you can run wide very nicely.
Flavio currently has... Oh, Flavio's DNF'd, so that doesn't matter, does it?
He ditch.
Okay, so no driver currently has more than 1 warning. Perhaps most interestingly, Randro has 1 warning. None of the other drivers around him do.
It is, well, given it's, like, not necessarily best track for racing, I guess. And it might well be because you can follow so well that everyone is finishing close together. Penalties or potential penalties could be coming in a bit clutch. For everyone who doesn't have one. So safety car is going to be safety carring for this lap, I think. Dano is probably going to be going in.
Okay.
Diagonal 1 and 2, and then turn 1. Okay, yeah. That's what I thought. Where you
What
can...
is that, the overtaking areas?
No, it's the areas where you run wide. Corner cut penalty.
Oh.
So, we have about half a lap of safety cars to us. At least no corner cuts here this lap. Restart is gonna be interesting though. Suzuka also one of the tracks where you have like barely any choice as to where to go. Pretty much only in the little gap between the last chicane and the start-finish line. Because the safety car is gonna announce that it's coming in only on the straight before 130R, I think. If even there, I think might later even. Let's see. And we are coming in this.
There will be racing again.
Oh. So, restart time. Then not really like giving much space to the safety car, so he can't really go just yet. But he does go now. And yeah, Yeast there I think got a banging restart. He is already side by side with Steel Sneeze. He's gonna be side by side with him. Yeah, they're not going for anything that could kill anyone. Wise choice, say. But it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, sorry, it's just how close they are, the front five. It's given me second-hand anxiety.
Yeah. I mean, as long as Glenn leads, I think we will see this, because he has inferior tires by a good bit to anybody else right now. And he's gonna just bunch up these guys. Rendro going for the outside. It's really just a turn where you just dive on the inside, but the grip gives him the superior exit here. And he is through, which could be big for him. If he can make a gap
definitely. Now. The longer it takes these other drivers to get past Glenn, the more of an advantage Randro is going to have. You can see him building it already, up to 5/10. Martin is next in the queue. That was an absolute zip alongside there. What was he doing? Initial D?
Yeah, it was really looking scary. Oh my god, and Yeast diving through there as well. Not on the radar of Glenn at all. And now Glenn lost the car slightly. Oof, and
more than slightly, and I think someone might be dead at the far end there.
They live, but I think this was like all of the slight loss of the car by Glenn here. Trying to shut the door. As he saw people had overspeed on the inside and sort of just drove into them. Yeah, Steel Sneeze there being hit, and was it Nitro as well? Might have been Nitro. Well, that thins the top field to a top 3 now. Just Randro, Martin, and Yeast.
Yeah, Randro didn't really get away too easily. Martin is still within touching distance. So no pitting for the rest of the race probably from these guys.
Presumably. On checking. Not really. Yes. Quite close. Could be a move in Kane though. Gaining here. Randro is Martin now already out of the DRS windows. A issue for Martin and there. Randro can really just run away with it there if he does it well. Right behind them we have a teleporting DJ ahead of Wes, and have a yellow flag as I think Sean has spun in some way.
Randro doing a purple sector 1, if my UI doesn't deceive me.
Well.
And his time's looking good right now. He's built up nearly 2 seconds over Martin.
Wonder if it's a strat for Martin to maybe let the Yeast go through. Not sure if Yeast has more pace, but Martin certainly right now at least can't match Randro's pace. Of course, Randro's burning a lot of ERS. He barely has anything left. Both Martin and are chilling a little bit more on their energy. ERS is gonna be activated for Yeast. He's pressing the overtake. Let's see, yeah, that should be a breeze here on the start-finish straight.
Well, he does have a fair bit of ground to make up, but he could well have the pace to do it.
And Martin has just, I think, grinded on the curb a little bit there. Went completely straight off track on the corner exit of turn 1 there. Or rather turn 2. And has lost almost a second immediately off it. Is now already out of the DRS of Yeast. And yeah, that has really ripped the top 3 apart. Wes here could be challenging DJ in a bit. But not close enough to send a move into the hairpin. Could be having a good acceleration out of this one though. He's not getting close enough to go side by side either. Overtake activated. He does want to go around the outside here. And is ahead on 130R. Well, who knows? Maybe he has the pace to catch up to Martin, who is now losing massively to Yeast. Has lost another, yeah, almost, I don't know. Yeast has overtaken Martin at the start of this lap, and he's already 2 seconds away.
Yeah, I'm a little bit confused about this. Does Martin have damage?
Well, he made one mistake that cost him like 1.2, 1.3 seconds maybe. Maybe he had dirty tires from going off afterwards and thus lost more time, but I can also only assume well, East had more energy. He's likely using that to push and get closer to Randro. We can see he has gained half a second on Randro as well. Nitro the fastest lap, but he is 2 light years behind everybody else. Except Glenn, I guess, who just overtook Nitro, I think. And it seems like Wes is pulling away from DJ.
pit strategy will definitely go down as one of the strategies of all time from Glenn.
Yeah. I mean, I guess he picked up damage anyways, so he needed to pit there. Bold move here by Sean. Solar backing out of taking 130R side by side. Rightfully so, and Yeast has made it up to Randro. Both of them are on the exact same ERS now. And it's gonna be a very even fight, presumably. Very grey out. I still wonder if there's like rain towards the end of the race, and maybe Glenn picked hard to get to the points where you can go on Intis.
Ah, this would finally make sense, but
Right.
wouldn't somebody tell us in the chat if it was about to rain?
Surely.
Or was Fabian the only one that did that? Rest his soul.
I mean, Engineer is apparently saying rain in 10. Well, Seagull just told us.
Rain in 10, so...
But 10 is probably not gonna be...
That's like lap 18, isn't it?
Yeah, right. It's like really last lap.
Not affecting the track too much.
I hope it comes in like lap 16, 17. It's gonna be still too late to pit for Intis. But it's gonna be very tough to navigate the track on old slicks then. It's gonna be very interesting. So let's see. On board with Yeast still. Gonna get DRS, but he did not have the best exit there. Don't think he's making all that ground up to Randro, and I'm not even sure if he wants to right now.
Well, Yeast might be looking to apply some pressure as they head into Sector 2.
I mean, as you said earlier, Randro already on a warning.
Oh, true actually. I wonder if he's gone more by now.
Yeah, so the Yeast could potentially pressure him into making a mistake or so. Rid himself of the necessity to even overtake on track.
Randro does have 2 warnings now. Yeast does not have any. And I'm not going to tell you what's happening to Solar on the warnings front.
Yeah,
You've already seen it at the top of the screen probably over time.
Yeah, he has already gotten one penalty at least. But yeah, Solar in the past has been getting some track limit warnings quite frequently. So I'm not necessarily surprised. It's not necessarily in a track where it's easy to stay in bounds. So, Yeast up into P1. Let's leave these 2 lovebirds to it for now and get some other duels potentially happening. Ocean and Astral might be getting it with Sean here even. Ocean's definitely close to Astral, but wasn't close enough on the straight, so no overtake for him here. Just about staying close to Astral here. Until the next DRS straight, but seems like it's getting away from him in the middle sector a lot. Oh, and Martin. Martin
spun, I think.
Yeah, he found a wall.
Oh, classic Martin.
Yeah, I was so looking forward to say Martin doesn't even have that wall hit in the very last lap, but we never got there. Thinking me enough to jinx it already?
If so, we've exceeded our typical powers. Maybe you becoming Gru Marto has turned you into a commentary supervillain.
Alright.
what are you thinking right now?
Oh. I think I have Dementors.
Okay. This is not what I had in mind.
No, I tried to remember something and then my brain just blanked and I was utterly disappointed in it. Oh, and there we have it. Randro has picked up his 3-second time penalty. Too many cuts, too many track limit warnings. I think like 3 laps to go. Even if he got past these and like got away for a bit, it would be very, very tough for him to make up all the ground that he needs for the penalties. Only hope is really that he picks up one as well.
So perhaps it's Jova for him.
One you over.
Oh, I get it. It's because
Yeah,
he's a driver, isn't he?
Yeah. Oh, there was memes where he was crying in Shanghai because it was like his home race, and well, speculations, especially with Hulkenberg going to kick, is that he might not be driving F1 forever. Oh my god. And it's Jovi between Sean and Ocean.
Ooh, my solar coming in the middle there.
Yeah.
No further casualties though.
Yankees.
I heard that was scripted. That made me sad.
Yeah,
to
it
find
was
that
scripted.
out.
It was a scripted bit.
For many years, I believed it wasn't.
Honestly, I know too little about World of Warcraft to care, but apparently it was like an advertisement for their guild where the clip came from, and so it was like all scripted.
I'm not sure it worked as intended then.
Honestly, I think the guy couldn't go anywhere on the server he was playing on because he became so famous. So I guess like they will probably have gotten what they wanted.
You're not much of an MMO gamer, are you?
It's just too much of a grind, honestly. I think, was it last year or was it the year before where Lost Ark was the big thing? Played that? It was
I think it was the year before.
It was my 3rd most played game for the entire year. But I only played it for a month or so until it got like super grindy and I didn't progress much, and like, I don't know, I just don't have the stamina to just grind forever in these MMOs when it becomes like mega grinding.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't think Lost Ark is one of the golden examples of a decent MMO anyway.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm still coping for the Riot MMO. And that's probably gonna be in 10 years or so. Apart from that, I don't think I played oh, is it Fly for Fun?
No idea. Never heard of whatever you just said.
Played a little bit of Albion as well.
Okay, I have heard of that one.
But I never had a WoW phase. So yeah, one of my best friends like got absolutely ruined by the game and like lost control over his life whenever he decided to just up access for 1 month for nostalgia reasons again. So I was like mega scared away of it.
Well, we're approaching the final lap of the race, and Yeast still has his lead intact, Randro still has his penalty intact, and there is certainly nobody challenging the top 2 at the moment.
Yeah. And the top 2 within each other probably not challenging each other much either. Martin could potentially challenge DJ here. I think he should have the pace theoretically. The question is if he has damage. He's too far away regardless. So, given this, it's only one more lap in the Herb Martin podcast. Would you want to answer the question what your favorite game at the moment is?
My favourite game at the moment is Top Spin 2K25.
I thought so. Honestly,
It's a legitimately quite decent tennis game, and it's been years since that happened.
I'm considering getting that again. It is like sort of affordable. I'm not sure if I want to pay full price for it.
No, I don't think I'd necessarily recommend paying full price for it because the gameplay is fantastic. The rest of the game is a bit dodgy, like the
Yeah.
modes that are available and such. But there's definitely game to be had.
Yeah, I played I think Topspin 4, and that was a banger. But yeah, for me it's probably Risk of Rain 2. Just hella fun.
Isn't that quite a grindy game though?
It's a roguelike, I guess. Like you can just go in for like one run, and that's that. Like it's really necessary to grind a lot. As well, East has grinded out a first win here in Challenger Tier. Only
This
a
is not
matter of
the early
time.
death that I had envisioned for him.
Yeah, true. I think the early death is gonna be everybody complaining about him being Challenger.
True. The pitchforks will be out. That will be his form of death. It's a decent win though. I mean, Randro could have won this had it not been for the penalty. I think he knew his race was done after that point.
Why not spectate Win Battle? Where Win Battle, Jimsky, man?
Yeah, we did until the penalty happened.
Yeah, right. Then it was kind of uninteresting, and Randro was not really like seeming to make any attempts neither. But I guess fair enough.
You can see what you mean about Suzuka though. It had its moments, but this track is quite weird, honestly.
Oh well, never mind. Maybe we just missed it all. Oops.
What did we miss exactly?
They were apparently close into turn 1. But they were like, I don't know. Yeah, fair. Just a gamba, I guess.
They were still 3 seconds apart, but okay.
No, it's time penalty. Like point. But yeah, not see that so close.
Errors.
Yes.
Driver of the day
Yeah.
from the Ferrari. Yeah, double Ferrari on the podium actually. Decent day for them in the constructors.
Yeah, for one. Well, yeah, good debut, I guess, as well for Wes. I mean, he's sort of expected to be up there. Yeah, I feel like, I don't know, Yeast and Fanta may have probably been like a pretty even transfer.
Well, remains to be seen with how Fanta does in Elite, I suppose.
Yeah, and the Discord is pretty split. Half of them are like, oh, great race, had a good battle, and half of them are like, are you stupid? What are you doing?
So begins the post-race reporting.
Yeah, the weekly shenanigans. Oh well. East, Randro and Wes on the podium in the end. DJ in 4th, I think, is a very decent result for him. Martin starting off right where he stopped, I guess. Or stopping off right where he started, rather. But yeah, it's a nice effort to get P5 plus your weekly wall hit. So, Eddie in 6th, decent enough. Steel Sneeze also 7th, lost a little bit. We have the Scott, and I don't know who was last coming into the top. So, yeah, that's been challenging. We're gonna head into short break. Break being like about 10 minutes. Then Solar, I think. Thank you for dropping in here.
Yes, sir. Was enjoyable. Have a wonderful Elite Tier race.
But I hope so. A couple of minutes. And it's lights out and away we go here in Formula Sundays. Through the final chicane, and the AlphaTauri hits the wall of champions. Alright, everybody, welcome back. My PC just crashed. Currently attacking hobby. And hopefully everything is fine. Yeah, Solar's with me right now.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, I've maintained in the lobby, so I've been keeping an eye. I do have some intermediate runners, some wet runners, but the first flying lap due to be set by Janneman with Kingsman not too far behind him on wet tires. So I'm not sure how long we're expecting the rain to last, whether it's going to be the entire length of quali. You would imagine it will be, since everyone's out actually setting laps instead of waiting. But I mean, it's always good to get a marker down regardless.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what my game is doing right now. Imagine not being able to join your own lobby, man. What the hell? Can you invite me?
I can try. There we go.
Yeah, the game is not gaming, man.
No. A little bit of a wiggle there from Janneman at the very least. Janneman coming around to complete his flying lap. He does have an Alpine somewhat in the way though, as he comes through the finish cane. But he will put down a 142.1. Kingsman a 142.5. Next one up to line should be Gediminas. He's on the full wet tyres. So the intermediate's currently showing better at the moment. It's Furious Donny a 143.4. And Gediminas a 143.6. So conditions worsening at the least on the track. But Janneman, the only enters driver, aside from Jimsky to settle up, Jimsky's a 156. And Meals, there we go, 141.7 again, intermediate. So they are the more favourable tyre out on track, because Mofaz had a bit of a spin coming out of Spoon. Sean comes round with a 143.0 on those wet tyres.
It does seem like I can't really get in.
That is just a nightmare. Oh, another spin there from Mofaz. He's somewhat on the racing line. It's not a great place to be in. Just on the entry to the straight, and fastest lap comes from Seagull this time around. And now pipped by MQ. So you've got Emil's P3 at the moment, 141.753. Seagull P2, 141.734. And MQ going quickest with a 141.712.
I think we're probably gonna like restart the lobby after qualifying because I don't.
Yeah. No, of course. Jim's got 148.7, and that's surely the only one. Not to settle up, as he cannot get in. That looks things.
Okay, I guess we'll just go back until through, and then we'll be back with the race. How long is still left on quali?
Let me check very quickly. It is, as it stands, got 9 minutes 50. Seagull has gone fastest. We are starting to break into the 140s at the very least.
Otherwise, I don't know if you can stream.
5. I already am.
Oh, you already are?
Yeah. Jimsky at 140.2. And again, the Inters are just looking like the better tyres still. It's not wet enough for full wets, I would say.
Ah, there we go. And then, we at least can watch this. I think, honestly, the frame rate seems okay, even. So yeah. That works. Interesting to see, like, that people drive different sets of tires and still get, like, somewhat competitive lap
Similar
times.
laps, yeah.
Yeah.
They're both on out laps. He was in the pit. See, I would imagine it's on an in lap, but I could be wrong. No. It's actually on a flying lap. Oh, and a 140.1 as he goes quickest.
Yeah, it
And
is.
that racing line just improving. I think slowly but surely as the session's going on.
I mean, it is, of course, were very well possible laps. Break more in the wet.
Yeah.
So I think, like, about, well, now or in a bit is gonna be the time where everybody's going back in to get new tires, new ERS for once, and then we'll, yeah, the next set of laps.
Yeah. Silly boy. Forgot how I had it set up because I wasn't showing the window. Well, the program for F1, so I've had to actually do a window.
Yeah. Yeah, Astral, unfortunately, there in 13th. I read that right, can also not get in. I think at 13 still needs crashed. The lobby. I'm sure you can probably be happy to not the mix in turn 1, as I've heard at least. But yeah, we're gonna redo. Nah, we're not restarting. Like, we will do another lobby, yes. Hi. I'm cute.
Beautiful maneuver, honestly.
Yeah. Would have shooting in the piss, probably.
anyone's not seeing any flying laps. I think Marcel Jan, quite possibly, is our next one, an actual flying lap here.
Yes, fresh right. Drove on hards, well, full wets. First last lap he drove on these and looking good. Seagull and Jimsky both coming out fresh inters now. And it does generally look like inters are the way here. Way more people running in at least.
Just see, is there anyone else? Possibly Meals. Yeah, he's up. 2/10.
Oh well,
Will be the next cross the line anyway.
gonna be
No.
question, do you go like in at this point? Hope that it gets better.
Oof, lost a lot of time in the end.
Just 1.5
It's-
seconds in the last sector alone.
Yeah, it looks like it. Kingsman did improve there though by a whole second and a little 10th from MQ's.
Jimsky is already going right now,
Yeah,
and he's
and
quicker.
navigating Alpine here, which is nicely placed off to the side.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Yeah.
slide. Oh, dearie me. He
He
still
still
goes
improves.
fastest. What? Even after that slide out of the final turn,
Yeah, but he
Jimsky
could have
improves
really
and
just
goes fastest.
settled it for P1 here. I mean, he will have enough ERS to go another lap, and he will
Seagull is
have enough
improving.
time. Yeah.
It's not enough as it stands though. It's only 600s. He's only a 10th down from Jimsky. If anyone can do it here. Oh, I was gonna say it's Seagull, but I think that's Caster's curse if I've ever seen it. I didn't even get to finish my sentence. He knew where I was going with it.
Yeah.
And he's broken the end plate off his front wing.
Yeah, and that subsequently means no more attempts for him at all. He can't get into the pits and out in the time that remains. Not enough.
Doesn't look like conditions are particularly improving. Marcel Jan's not got enough fuel on him here, I don't think. By the time he gets in, he won't be able to get back out in time. Hussein's on an out lap and is beginning his flying lap. I think he's really the only one that we would expect to challenge Jimsky here then.
Yeah. Really only Hussein, I think. Janneman will probably be driving another hot lap as well, but he needs a little bit of time to get to the hot finish first. Gonna be trying the full wets, as Hussein is right now. Race is bone dry, make sure to set. Yeah, yeah. people don't want to drive dry race or wet race as well.
I mean, where's the fun in that?
Right.
We live for the chaos here.
Yeah, I was tempted to just like set the track to changing conditions and stuff. Like the most interesting races, personally. Oh, Marcian retired. In the pits though, if I saw that. And that is a 0.6 improvement for Hussein currently.
Gotcha.
Would put him right into P2. He just needs a flawless last chicane to challenge Jimsky. And Jimsky lost a lot of time in his last turn. This could be really good here.
Oh, he has split Jimsky and Siegel there to claim P2 as it stands. Jimsky is going for one more flying lap by the looks of things. Oh, it's getting slidey though out there. Kane's been retiring from the session as he appears to plow himself into the wall as he normally does on the pit straight. There's someone coming up the line. It's an Alpine. Oh, MQ set to improve by 2/10. That may put him ahead of Janneman here. It's all about a good final sector. And he does improve and go ahead. Sean's still out on track. I'm not entirely sure this is a flying lap attempt. Have to imagine that it is, but we'll see what happens when he crosses into the sector. He's down 2/10 and likely not to improve.
My PC crashed yet again. I think Seagull, for example, if you like listening, probably best. Have someone else host the lobby because I might just crash. Ah shit. Cooling night.
I didn't mean to take a 3 wide screen grab, but I do have a screen grab for
yeah, they put
the
as
grid
well.
for quali.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
Alright. Yeah, my mic keeps cutting out because I'm probably too far away from it. Official name of my Logan Sergeant, yeah. It's Stroll GPT. Have you seen the AI racing league thingy?
I heard about this. Yeah, and it went disastrously. I
Honestly,
hear.
I feel like, I don't know, man. We were promised that AI would like take so much work away and like everyone could have like more time to spend like for themselves and stuff. And all the things I see AI doing is the fun things. Like, why do we need a race car driven by AI?
Yeah. But yeah, I mean it's interesting to see developments in technology, don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
at the same time, like AI is just failing at the moment. I mean, you do have to try, and with every failed attempt you learn something new, and these things do improve, but good God, we are a long way off it being viable for just about anything at the moment.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
that's maybe for the best.
yeah, for sure. But
People get to keep their jobs.
Yeah.
You know, we're not being replaced by robots.
Yeah, the thing is though, if we're replaced by robots, like, surely we can just, like, live, right?
You would think so, but then, I mean, not to get too political with it, but I think a lot of the people in power and the people with the copious amounts of money would rather see us dead than share their wealth.
Yeah, probably. Oh, fair. I mean, like, it's kind of interesting in a way where, like, Formula One and racing in general driver for, and like a AI-driven car league could be helping to innovate regarding like autonomous driving, because from what I've heard so far, this ain't too great so far neither.
Yeah, it's it's a strange time to be living in, really.
Yeah. For sure. So it should be only Sean missing, then we should be good to go again. Hopefully my good old PC5 is, hopefully I'm gonna eat. Overloaded. GP. Okay, I think we go, right? What is the damage? I think it is on. Wait, can I do settings? Can't. I think everything is on standard. I don't think we have reduced. I guess play with. Hey, we're alive. So far.
So far.
Loading in.
I take it you got the order for the grid as well.
Jimsky has set up the that if I
Oh,
crash,
Jimsky setup. Okay.
we not
Got you.
like any.
Yes.
Right then, guys, kind of grey. I think if I understand right, we have weather back to dynamic. So, though it was set to be dry in the initial race, this might as well be changeable conditions or something.
So we did have a talk from the engineers expecting rain towards the end of the Challenger race, but never came. I was told 10 to 15 minutes about lap 10. I was like, oh. And then, like, probably lap 16, it said 10 to 15 minutes again, and I'm like, oh, maybe not. So, won't be expecting too much out of that, but. Oh, we got one light and we're away there.
Oh, whoa, a little bit overexcited.
But obviously, formation lap.
It is.
So it's not overly chaotic.
Okay, very similar tire view, I guess, like we had in Challenger. A lot of soft and medium runners and a singular hard runner, Mofa here. I think like hard is probably the more valid choice in elite, I guess, because the race is longer. I would assume you can do soft mediums, because otherwise I don't think so many people would be starting on soft.
I think beyond what the expected tire life was, at least for the mediums anyway, when it got to that point where your engineer's telling you, right, you're going to start losing some grip, they still felt relatively good, but I can only speak from the experience of having a broken wing before turn 1. But I mean, they still felt fine. They felt as good as they felt when they were first fitted. So mediums can sort of do the job a little bit longer than you'd expect, but it is still 27 laps. You are potentially, doing a little bit too much, and if Challenger's anything to go by, the opening few laps may still cause some sort of an incident and a switch in strategies for the drivers.
When does it tell you that the tire starts losing grip? Is it around 40% or is it at 50?
I think it's about 40%.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, somewhere in that range, somewhere in the 35 to 40. I think it's just you hit 40.
How long
it tells you.
Does the 35% races?
When did I hit? I'm just trying to think. It was quite early on. It was probably about lap 4 or 5. Yeah, so they lasted. Yeah, they were on about 14 laps for me anyway, and that was, still quite comfortable, I think. So you could probably push them about maybe 16 laps if you really wanted to, but I'd imagine you would start losing time quite significantly in that point anyway.
Durability is going to be scaled up here, but anyways, lights are going out, and away we go. And there's a banging start for Jannemann. Honestly, Hussein is a sitting duck.
Actually, he's all the way back. What?
Not a good start for him at all.
P2 to P13.
Yeah, I mean, he's playing on console for the first time now. I'm not sure if he's usually driving with a wheel and now has to do controller or something. That could be, of course, a reason for him not being right up there. But yeah, good start by Jannemann. He immediately flew past him.
Oh, Mofa's in the wall.
Yikes. By himself or contact?
I think he was side by side with Emils when it happened, so that I didn't quite see the contact. Just I was sort of looking my way through the grid, and then I'd gone to Emils because he had been side by side initially with Gediminas. So Emils is already down, I think he started P6 and he's now down to P9, but just like I glanced at another part of my screen and all of a sudden Mofa was in the wall, so you'd have to imagine there was contact there.
Yeah.
But I can't say for any certainty who was at fault.
Game says Soft's last 11 to 13 laps.
So we
And yeah, one
yeah,
stop.
soft medium a viable strategy. You would
Yes.
think.
Soft hard should be pitting around the same time even, so well, there is not much of a difference really. Oh, right here we have Hussein retiring in the pits. Must have had, I don't know, some sort of issue. And
Just
he is
feeling it.
gone. And Gediminas is gone, but involuntarily sitting there in the wall, I think. Not sure
Oh,
if
my.
there was contact or something, but
Just two drivers just gone, and Mofa obviously having his incident as well. He's put on a new wing and some softs, understandably so. I'm not sure we're gonna get a safety car here. But no, we're not. It's a clear track, straight back underway. Gediminas seemingly blaming himself
yeah.
after that one. Two drivers down already.
Yeah, it is a crazy start then. But the top guys still relatively close together. There's like a couple of gaps building now. Marcian back past Kingsman.
Oh, Jimsky with a little slide there. Coming round, I think turn 16 it was there. Or no, sorry, it was 17. It was the left-hander. DRS activated and Seal hot on his tail, but I mean that's to be expected. Janneman manages to keep within touching distance.
Marcian just really banked on
Oh,
Kingsman.
yeah, Kingsman
not
backing out of that. Yeah.
That was like a scary incident there.
I heard you gasp when I looked to my left because I've got the stream up as well, and I get a second chance to look at what you're seeing just a little bit further behind, and yeah, a lot of trust in Kingsman there from Marcel Jan, which, no disrespect to Kingsman, may be a little bit misplaced at times. He's not often.
I wouldn't have backed out there.
He's not often credited for giving room either. So bold from Marcel Jan, but it does actually pay off for him. There is now this 2.7 second gap between himself and Janneman as the front three sort of start to pull away, as they tend to do.
Yeah, and it seems like Marcian is a little bit of a roadblock here for the two guys behind him, Kingsman and MQ. MQ honestly has had quite an upgrade in pace for this season. Either he has grinded more or he's just had very good performances here. Been far more able to contend with the top guys here. P6 is not bad for him at all. Kingsman now getting through Marcian and into P4. Now has the chance to maybe get away from Marcian here and close up to the top guys.
Some gaps forming behind these three as well, as no one else looking to be in DRS range. Come lap number 5 commencing, and yeah, we've got two very set packs, the top three and the runners behind them, as you just get a glimpse of Janneman coming round that hairpin ahead of Kingsman, but still that 3 second gap slowly but surely increasing as well.
Yeah, especially if Marcian is going to go and attack Kingsman again. It looks like, well, I mean, Jimsky and Seagull have said this in the Challenger tier race. It's very easy to follow around here. The track sort of feels easier to drive, even if you're in the dirty air somehow, apparently. So Marcian not really having trouble to follow at all, and yeah, he's probably gonna get back his P4 on the main straight here. Where are the guys in front? Let's look at their battle first. Seagull.
Yeah, DRS, nice and clean through, and they'll just swap round a little bit, but honestly, I mean, that's not going to phase Jimsky whatsoever. 22
Yeah,
laps to go, and it'll obviously be a pit stop, some sort of strategy to change things up here. But again, they're just the three of them pulling away from the rest of the grid, and they'll all be quite content. Even Janneman just sticking to the back of these two and continuing onwards.
yeah. They've gained a little bit of
Actually,
time,
did
I
get
think.
back ahead.
Not sure how exactly, but I think 0.6 to 0.8 of a second. Marcellian and Kingsman MQ have just, yeah, randomly gained on the top three. Not quite sure if they're losing so much time fighting up there, but honestly, they're not fighting much.
Oh, and Astra has spun out of the hairpin.
Yep.
It's a lot of tailing, and it is much less like Challenger. Gonna all come down to this DRS straight. Not seeing a lot of overtakes happening anywhere else
Yeah.
on the track.
And Marcellian keeps gaining. Kingsman now out of DRS range as well. And further back there is the internal duel between the Alfa Romeos, where Donny is left through, or rather successful in the overtake until he runs mega wide.
Yep. It's just it's settled into a rhythm here, and it's really going to come down to mistakes for most of the drivers here, because they've all kept it relatively clean. They've all run good laps so far, and no standout issues really for the remaining drivers anyway. But like you say, just Sean getting a time penalty, and Donny just running a little bit wide, and Sean as a result getting back through in the end.
Yeah, Kingsman might get attacked by MQ here. He is now without DRS, of course, and thus will have it a little bit harder to stay in front on the main straight. Further up, it does not look like Jimsky's gonna go back through here.
MQ, this is going to be comfortable for him as he is through on Kingsman.
Yep.
Leads into turn 1. It's on
And
Kingsman now.
Donny
to
is also
stay.
back past Sean, and this time stays on track and keeps his position.
Yeah, I mean, there's not really too much of a battle there, considering Sean does have that time penalty, so Donny will be a little bit frustrated that he's been passed by Sean again and has had to fight his way back, because he has now dropped a good 2 seconds behind Emils, who himself isn't having a particularly great race. He's only down 1 position, but considering the start Hussein had, you would maybe have expected Emils to be P5, you would think, somewhere in that range, but he is a good 3.5 seconds away from that. So Kingsman has done well to stick to the back of MQ throughout the course of lap number 7, despite being passed at the DRS zone.
Yeah, Kingsman could even go as early as the chicane here, but opts not to go side by side. Will instead have an easy run here down the straight. Is already within 3/10. There's more than enough to get past. Doesn't even use the overtake. Oh well. Honestly, without ERS, it doesn't make it past neither, but yeah, I guess he's not gonna worry too much. The pace seems to be alright with these two guys. And not losing too much to Marcellian, who himself is running on a similar pace than the top 3. So yeah, they're probably not gonna be too unhappy about where they're at right now. MQ and Kingsman here.
Looks like Donny has begun to gain on Emil. It's just a little bit more of a time penalty for presumably track limits, just coming through the final chicane. Astral off on his lonesome as well after his spin at the hairpin.
Yeah. Pretty isolated there for the last two runners, that's for sure. I think Donny will close up to Emil sooner or later. It looks like he's slightly faster.
Yeah, already gained 7/10 at least in both directions, and for chasing Emil and pushing away from Sean at the very least. Strzymski may now make a pop at Seagull. He had lost and he was 9/10 down coming round Spoon, but has managed to get back down and just 1/10 behind coming into turn 1. Janneman just about hanging on to the back still, but he was also 9/10 down just coming into that DRS straight, so it's kind of just pulled him back into it, and I wonder if he may just start losing a little bit more out to the front too, but another lap will tell.
Yellow flag. Not entirely sure where. Oh, Emil's must have gone on track. He has lost a lot of time. Now behind Sean. He can probably make his way through there again, pace-wise. He should be able to. Marcellian is slowly and steadily gaining on the top 3. He's keeping his distance roughly at 2 seconds now, but yeah, I feel like this is a win in his books. He has the inferior tires now. He's gonna have the advantage later on anyways. Let's see. Strzymski probably gonna go through Seagull again. Yep. And further back here. Oh no, Kingsman is actually pitting. He is not gonna go past MQ. Emils though could be getting past Sean. He is so far back. No chance for a move here. So it seems like well, 9 or 10 laps is where the softs are really not that great anymore. Astral, of course, already having pitted. Kingsman now the second car come in for new mediums. Makes you wonder when the top guys are going to come in. Usually a little bit better on the tire management front as well, of course. But yeah, I'd expect it to be no more than 3 laps for them as well.
Yeah, you would think
oh my,
so. Just,
yeah. Janneman just drifted the curbs there. Kind
Yeah,
of losing it.
Yeah, some nasty ones. That exit of Spoon is one that's very easy to get wrong, to say the least. I mean, there's a lot of those turns throughout the first 2 sectors that just the tiniest misplacement of your car by a matter of millimeters and you're in a lot of trouble. He's kept it on track, he's kept it in DRS range as well, so doing alright for himself in that regard.
Yeah, really doesn't need to do much more right now. Of course, can't do any less neither. He has to stay within that second. And he's dropping just now, which could prompt him, I think.
As well.
Like, the moment he doesn't have DRS, he should go pitting, I think.
I would think so too, and see what an undercut can do. See if it forces the hand of the 2 drivers in front of him. As he's now, well out of that DRS range. As Seagull and Jimsky go side by side. Seagull just gets in ahead at Spoon. Jimsky will naturally keep pace with him, but it's the first time we've really seen an overtake that hasn't, you know, been on the first lap anyway, or coming
Yeah,
through
yeah.
into turn one. So interesting, but it was clean. It was safely done. A good move in the end from Seals. They both actually end up pitting, and Yaneman goes in
Oh
after.
my
Oh,
God.
Jimsky, what was that? I
That
think maybe
looked-
Siegel braked a little bit harder than he was expecting. He took evasive action, but
Oh,
as it
bro.
stands,
The pits
Marcelian
look
leads.
so
That was
funny because
spicy. Yeah, it's a
F1,
bumpy old
yeah,
one.
right. Like it looks like the game just couldn't generate like the pit slightly angled, so it's
Yeah.
just a staircase downwards.
Yes.
I'm not sure if this looks like that IRL as well.
I can't
Surely
remember
not.
off the top of my head. No, I wouldn't imagine it's that steep of a drop off.
Yeah.
But it's still an experience going into that pit box anyway. I never really noticed it until today. Really, I was like, oh, I feel like I'm, going down a little hill just as I'm coming out of the box. I'm like, that's a weird feeling. Sure, that's not right, but it's at least what it's showing
Yeah.
on
I can't
on
imagine they
screen as
can
well.
only like animate its crew in like one position,
Yeah,
and thus they kind of have to make it that okay. Virtual safety car is very interesting now. It's great for Mofa if he wasn't like out of the race entirely already. Otherwise, it could be an opportunity for Marcian or Donny, but they would probably have to go for hearts from there.
it's Mofa that's caused it.
Ah, okay.
He has no front wing.
So let us look. What does Marcian cook? Does he really go? There it stops again. So this is not great for Marcian here.
Unfortunate.
Gonna go softs from here on out.
Donny
Donny is
gets
also
5
coming
seconds
in. Yeah,
for speeding the pit lane as well.
and he's going hards. Okay, Marcian is gonna have a fun time by the end of this race on softs.
But
Not-
having said that, he's actually come out closer to Yaneman than when Yaneman went into the pit. So
But Yaneman is also like way further away from Dylan.
yes, yeah, 2.3 seconds now. So
So like to the leader, I think Marcian has slightly lost. Even with the added benefit of having half your pit stop
Yeah,
being VSC.
you're looking at what 5.5 seconds, I think, behind Seal at the very least, who got a very favourable restart off that virtual safety car. Jimsky just about closing up. Anyway, but Seal had for a moment coming through the S's anyway. It was about 5/10 up and coming out the hairpin. It was a full second, so Jimsky managing to close back up throughout the remainder of Sector 2.
The fastest middle sector right now.
4/10 better than his own time as well, so we could actually be on for a new fastest lap here from Jimsky.
Okay, he must have gained a
And
lot.
it will be
There we are, 129.2.
129.2, which is better than my qualifying time earlier. Depressingly. I'll say not my best, not by a long shot. I think I was about 2 seconds down from my time trial time, which is obviously like a perfect scenario when you're doing those, but it's not 2 seconds. I'll say that much. So
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, this is one of the games where you look at them and be like, well, I'm doing the exact same thing. Why are they 2 seconds faster than me?
yes, yeah. But it's every little millimeter where they're putting on the brakes, letting off, or putting on the throttle as well. It's the fine margins that just make it up over a lap. It's now a 3 second gap to Janneman created, and Marcel Jan has just about got back in DRS range of his teammate, and they may look to swap here with Marcel Jan on the fresher, soft tires.
Yep.
See if we can.
Emils, in the meantime, has gotten past Sean. Hunting the Don. Yeah, MQ and Kingsman have benefited very differently from their pit strategies as well. They were so close together, now 4 seconds apart. And no overtake between Seagull and Jimsky. And Janneman makes
Gaining
space
anyway.
for Marcel Jan. Oh, and there is a time penalty for Emils. See, Emils also under attack here. He being overtaken.
Some point Moffat gonna have to give way to the race leader.
Ooh, blue flags probably flying.
Yeah,
everywhere.
they are now. He pulls out to the side. Seagull through. Oh, he nearly forgets
Mhm.
about Jimsky there, but all good in the end. As
And
that
maybe
will
he
not
can
be...
follow some and gain at least some of the time back. I mean, it's
Yep.
like half a lap to Astral, but yeah, I'm pretty sure these two are probably already out of his DRS anyways.
Yeah, it's
Oh, Jimsky.
it's surprising. Nice move there into the final chicane from Jimsky.
Seagull.
But that will at least give Seagull DRS to come back. And I do think, looks like Mofed's going to get it. Seagull back through nice and clean. Marcel Jan still about 3 seconds down. He is obviously going to have to navigate Moffat on his way through.
Yeah, and Janneman really falling off pace here. Not looking too great for him. Emils past Dawn again. These two are just exchanging position every other lap. For P8 here, both of them I think have a 3-second corner cut time penalty.
Yes, believe so. I think all the penalties that we have at the moment. Oh no, Furious Donny does have 5, which would be for speeding in the pit lane. But the other 3 drivers that have are all 3 seconds.
Ooh, the chatting Fanta is here. Randro did also not win, actually. He got yeasted. It was a very close race, though. They were within a second. So
East got the bread in that one ahead of Randro.
yeah.
Hey, thank you. I am here all evening.
Are you? I thought we were
no,
about
probably
in about
not.
15
I'm
minutes.
wrapping. I was about to say, once we wrap up, I'm going straight to bed. But I'll be back. Possibly.
Oh well.
3 weeks' time? I don't know. I'm not here
Uh,
next week. I'm not here the week afterwards. I'm working, but...
Yeah, I'm not here next week neither. I'm not sure if there is actually going to be a stream next week, but we may see.
Force Astral not to race and make him stream both. It's fine.
No, I think, like, I'm not sure if Herbie is there or if he has the capacities to stream, but I think he has the game on console, so probably not gonna be great. I'm not sure how you would stream on console, but I think he has done it with Rocket League before, so I'm just not sure. Maybe there's just gonna be a no stream next week once.
Yeah, we can all hop in Nitro's own stream and watch the race from
Yeah.
his perspective.
There's plenty of POV streamers, so
Exactly. That might well be the time to check them out.
I mean, Fanta into the casting booth. Let's go. Yeah, we will see. It's not gonna be my business. I'll be in Greece. It is not
Very
Portugal
nice.
this time, Fanta. I'm sorry. But yeah, Seagull Jimsky. Once more changing positions here, presumably. There we are.
Marcel Jan still no closer to them on that soft tire. He's managed to create a gap to Janman, but two in front of him are just too much for him to catch as it stands, and he's going to be asking a lot of those soft tires come the end of the race, I would think.
So, I mean, Jimsky Seagull swapping around is probably going to continue until the end of the race. Question is just who manages their energy a little bit better and comes out on top in the final fight, I guess. Both of them on pretty similar energy. Jimsky having actually having about 20% more. But Seagull is gonna get his charge lap next lap.
It was a very, very interesting tussle between the two, as it normally does. There's no third driver in this equation at the moment for Jimsky or to get tangled up with. So on for a very, very competitive end to this race. Marcel has just now gained about 6/10 over the course of the last lap.
He's lost a lot of ERS as well. I mean, I guess he probably got DRS from Mofa.
I'm not sure he did actually. I think he passed Mofa in sector 2.
Fair enough.
To be honest, I think Mofa's just managed to stick to the back of him instead, so it's probably just a lot of ERS. But just down to 2 seconds now for him. It's still going to be a tall order to catch up with these two and potentially pass them, because of course they do themselves have a lot of ERS, but you can see Marcel Jan just about coming into the picture when you're looking at Jimsky or Seagull's cameras.
So, lead change coming up. They still have about 20% ERS difference there in favor of Jimsky. Seagull's pretty much unchanged. Marcian keeps getting closer, so does Janneman, I think. But I think... Oh my god! Wolfhair has just spun again.
Yep, that might be damage to the rear wing as well, considering where he's currently sat, and he's now being lapped by his teammate in MQ. His rear wing looks fine at the moment.
The damage is
not
not shown.
Oh, he's lost it again.
Yeah, and I think damage
Very
is
quickly
not
gets
shown
off the
on
roof.
the rear wing. Like, it's not displayed. You can't see it.
Oh, that was a bit snappy back in as he tried to file in behind the Meals and nearly caught him in the end and stays off track for Sean, but looks set to be lapped by the entire grid at this rate. It's just Astral left to pass him.
Side by side here, Jimsky Seagull. Jimsky pulls through and is ahead, and oh, they have evened their ERS somehow. Whatever Jimsky did, that lost him a lot. Seagull now level-headed with him, and that is gonna be interesting for the last few laps. And Marcian is coming closer.
I'd suspect Mofa does have rear wing damage. He keeps losing the back end through that hairpin, and this might be the next instance of it. Oh, yep. That's not pretty coming through there, and he does now have 6 seconds to his penalties. Not a good outing from Moffat in the end, as he looks set to be the only driver to finish. Well, actually finish without points. Las Minas and Hussein on laps 1 and 2, I do believe.
There is at least a front wing extra. He retired. I guess Mofa can be hoping. Oh, he's going for fastest lap. Which is gonna be tough because, I don't know, like, kind of independent on what tires you're on. Eagle and Jimsky are just crazy.
Marcian has caught up a significant amount,
Yeah.
to be honest. 1.3 now in
Yeah,
it.
he is drained though. He
Yeah,
has
I'd
0
imagine.
ERS.
Oof.
Jimsky's sitting
Engine's
down
gonna start suffering
80%
for
or
that.
so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Eagle has lost 20% somehow again. Yeah, I wonder if these two see Marcian in their rear mirrors now. Are like, oh, we gotta actually pick up the pace a little again. Surely he has to pit, his soft eye gonna blow up. Honestly, Marcian has been having quite long stints in recent races. A bunch of times. Like, I'm not trusting his strategy yet entirely because he has pushed a whole bunch close up to Seagull and Jimsky on these tires. But if someone can get it through there, it's probably him.
That yellow flag was just Moffat again. Really struggling his way, limping round Suzuka at the moment. And Marcian has just now lost about 4 or 5 tenths over the course of that last lap. So he's really having to pick and choose his moments. In general, he has, successfully closed up, but it's going to be gradual, and if he's going to close up, it's going to be very, very late on.
Yeah,
Jimsky and Seal continue to swap. They might have to avoid Mofa here again, who's moving slowly, but he is moving. But that rear wing must be shot because every set corners at least like once per sector he's losing the back end. So
Marcian is losing again, probably due to the fact that Seagull and Jimsky have started spending some of their energy again.
Mofa's in the wall, and that is DNF.
That is a safety car coming out. That could
Okay.
be very interesting.
That could toss things up. I would imagine everyone will just file into the pits here for softs.
I mean,
You would
I don't know,
think-
like on Seagull and Jimsky's behalf, I think Jimsky
I think,
kinda
yeah.
has to because Seagull just can,
Yeah.
right? And like for Marcian, for sure, I think. He's
The only ones you'd maybe say would stay out would be MQ and Donny,
yeah.
just because they're on the hard tires. Astral's in for
Actually,
softs.
I think Donny shouldn't even stay out. He's 15 seconds behind. People are not gonna lose so much. He's not gonna gain.
We've had an update from Mofa. Austria set up on Japan.
Oh my god. And Marcian has almost
Oh.
spun into the pits there. Now this is gonna make an awkward situation for Janneman.
Yeah, Janneman's crawling into the pit now because he's having to
Yeah,
create a gap for this double stack. Kingsman in. MQ looks like he nearly loses it in final turn. He's in. Donny will be next to make his decision. He comes in.
yeah. I think
Emil's.
correct call.
It's going to be it looks as though it's going to be the entire grid, which is completely understandable. Emil's is in. Sean, last one to make the decision, as Astral already had, and will do so. So yeah, tire grid's going to be on fresh softs for this restart. I'm not sure Astral's going
Astral
to have
has
time
already.
to catch all the way up. He has pit, yeah, but will he be able to make up 50 seconds under the
I
safety
think
car?
so. I think safety cars are very slow around here. Of course, like this lap, he's still gonna have to hold the delta. But I think as soon as he crosses the line, safety car message will say like close up to the other or catch the field or something.
Yeah,
And
already
then
looks like he's
he'll-
going pretty fast. Yeah, as soon as you come into the sector 3, if I remember correctly, that's where it sort
okay.
of allows you
Yeah.
to catch up. That's how it at least felt anyway. It was coming through sector 1 and sector 2 for me. I'm like, oh me, like how slow does this delta want me to go? But as soon as you break into sector 3, it really just flies back round. So I mean, at least he may well catch up to Sean. He has closed the gap by 30 seconds already to him. So I mean, he's in for a point scoring race regardless, but brought back into it quite mercifully by a safety car, and could well be on for more points. But this really does throw the cat amongst the pigeons for this one.
Okay, Nitro saying he should have already have no delta as soon as the safety car picks up the leader.
We're
Apparently
going to
it
get safety
goes off.
car for another lap, so we will have the entire grid caught up.
Yes.
And 2 full laps of intense racing to come to settle, well, 25 points effectively, and right the way down the grid.
That's probably one of the most exciting ends of a race, honestly. Yeah, ask a Hamilton fan. No penalties, everybody on the same tires, it's a 2-lap sprint. I already predict there is at least
There's going to
2
be there's going to be
incidents.
contact, yeah.
Yeah, like
There's
people
contact.
are seeing Ooga Booga restart 2 laps to go, and they are gonna send it into the first corner. Like there is no
Star
tomorrow.
power ups, you
Yeah.
name it. Like it's going to be chaos. And I am quite frankly all for it. I cannot wait. Astral will, yeah, absolutely catch up to the back of this queue, as I would imagine safety car will come in this lap.
Yeah, I think so too.
And we won't have DRS as well, will we?
No, not at all, I think.
No.
It will probably activate by the end of the last lap.
Yeah. And will be, so it's going to come entirely down to ERS.
Yeah,
And
but I think at this
everyone, as a
point,
result,
yeah.
is full bar Astral, who is sat at about 50%. Everyone else is
Astral is just pushing
all
right
their
now.
energy. Yeah.
Using all of his energy, driving a hot lap. No, but you can probably still charge a little bit. Honestly, it is probably tough to even spend 100% in like 2 laps of racing. Yeah, I gotta care to not rear end anybody. So, safety car in this lap, as we thought. Jimsky's gonna slow things down.
Surprisingly so.
Yeah. Actually still relatively fast, I guess, like relatively close to the safety car. Limits his options for the restart considerably, I think. To be honest though, I think he could already go for the start if he went now.
You might wait till he's around this corner. Yep.
Yeah.
He's sending it now. Full throttle down, and we are underway for 2 laps left at Suzuka, and it is all to play for. Emil and Sean with time penalties could see Astral claim P8, but anything else is fair game here. Jimsky leading us away round turn 1. No immediate on-track battles.
I mean, rolling start of course makes it a little bit harder to go even with people. If you're not sleeping on the restart, you're likely not gonna be under attack. But let's see.
Jimsky being very careful with his energy usage.
Yeah, of course, Will needs a lot of this to just defend on Seagull when the time comes.
I
And
think the
yeah,
first one you're really looking at is coming out of Spoon, that long straight into sector 3. Seagull's got very, very close. He's just 1/10 down.
yeah, gotta care, of course, to not pick up a penalty now, because this could cost you everything here.
Seagull gonna go for it down the inside and leads us into the final lap. And Marcel Yang getting very, very close to Jimsky here as well. One more lap to go in Suzuka. It's Seagull who leads with the fastest lap put down as well. And Marcel Jan's so close to the back of Jimsky there. But no move going to be made into turn 1.
Yeah, and it is now really a tough situation, I think, for Jimsky, because he has to get past here. He can't wait for the start-finish straight. He's probably either gonna have to try it into Spoon or into the chicane. And Seagull, of course, will defend that with all that he has got. But yeah, last lap already. Purple sector 1 for Jimsky. But I guess like everybody's going pretty much fastest lap pace here at this point.
Marcel Jan's on low fuel. I'll say that much. So
Everyone is
Jimsky now
actually.
and Seagull. Yeah, they're all beginning to. Everyone, I would say, it's Bar, Janneman,
Yeah.
and then Emil, Sean, and Astral. So it's really going to come down to it. Jimsky is going to have to make a move now. Seagull use a lot of ERS through there. Jimsky now has less than him. And they're so close. He's pushing all the way down. Oh, he's going to send it down the inside. They go side by side through the chicane. There is contact between the two. Jimsky's run off. Seagull runs away with it. There's a benefit there. And Janneman barely keeps out the wall as Marcel Jan comes through to claim P2. Oh my, that could have been messy.
Unfortunately, the TV camera angle was like really bad on the incident there. I couldn't really see like if Jimsky was pushed off, if he had like a car width of room there, how this ended. All we could see is, well, Seagull falling over. No, but yes, Seagull taking the win in the end.
Janneman almost ending up in the wall.
Yeah. Yeah, and Marcian snacking away P2 and almost P1 even. He was only a 10th down by the end of it. A crazy finish there. Jimsky absolutely sent it, but Seagull stood his ground and at least crossed the line in first.
Well. Astral couldn't stick to the back of Emil's to make up for both time penalties there, but he does get the benefit over Sean in the end. Seagull comes away with the win. Be very, very interested to see the two perspectives of that one, because as you said, the camera that we were given, not exactly the best one there. Jimsky just did seem to be, I don't know if it was force wide, but he definitely ended up on track coming out of
probably grinded the curb
17.
a little bit.
Yeah,
like Nitro asking how Jimsky lost P2. I think that's probably just him taking a lot of curb there. Marcelian, I mean, Seagull and Jimsky had contact. Marcelian had the cleaner exit because Janneman was not Hail Marying to the last corner. Teammate, I guess.
Jimsky then struggled to kind of keep the car under control, and Janneman did get caught up in it, but the minor touch on the wall on the inside. Yeah. Just to maintain P4.
Well. That was an explosive finish to this race. Let me look. What hour am I even? Austria.
Silverstone?
Oh damn,
Oh,
that's
Austria,
such a
sorry.
banger.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I
Oh well.
believe Silverstone's after that, isn't it?
Yeah, it might be. We have a very good calendar here for this last season. It was really the only in my. Now it's Vegas first, and then Silverstone.
I see.
But yeah, I don't know. Was an amazing race. Sorry for the crash. Don't know what caused it, but at least we got through it fine. So yeah. Yeah. Congrats to Seagull. We'll see. And it's lights out and away we go here in Formula Sundays. Through the final chicane and the AlphaTauri hits the wall of champions.